Hello, everyone. I am Agent Red Fox 1701 here with the Portal Hunter Club. Welcome to episode 3 of season 2. We got all that Portal Hunter Club. We're back, and wow, a lot has still happened since the past week. Niantic is just going nuts with everything going on here. So, as usual, feel free to chat with me in the chat. I know there's a little bit of a delay, but I'll check people's messages. I know we had some technical difficulties earlier. Sorry about that. I forgot to actually push the go live button. So now we're live. Hopefully you can all see me. All right. So we've got a lot to get to. So let's get started here. All right. So the shards. 13 shards are going to spawn. The Avenir Shards. This past week, Tuesday, the first 4 shards spawned. I think I'm getting this. So I took some notes, but I forgot to take some pretty detailed notes. So we have 7 shards that have spawned. 7 have spawned in the past week, and 4 targets have appeared around the world. 4 targets have appeared around the world. The object of the game is to get the shards to the targets, and the difference between this shard game and previous shard games is that it's cross-faction. So we have a lot of movements that have happened in the past week, obviously. And remember, the bonuses are if we get 7 of the 13 shards, anyone who's hacked a portal in these 2 weeks during the shard game will get the Avenir badge. If we get, I think it's 10. Again, I took notes, but I didn't take detailed notes. I think it's 10, 9 or 10, and we get a bonus of Ada and Jarvis, and then if we get all 13, we get a bonus of Ada and Jarvis and Axis shields, or Aegis shields. And if we don't get 7, if we get 6 or less, then it's going to affect the decay of the portals. And we didn't get 0 shards, so we don't have to worry about the 42-hour decay, but we may have to worry about 3.5 day decay. So we have 5 are actually scored, so we just need 2 more shards to get the badge. 3 more shards will spawn tomorrow on Tuesday. We don't know what time. And then 3 more shards are going to spawn on Friday. And the finale of this event is going to be on September 30th, just 1 or 2 hours before Redacted comes to a close. So a lot has gone on, and actually, I had some fun with this. Based on the recommendation of some other agents, I will, let's see. I got my Shardman tie. I'm doing the Weatherman thing here, so I know the color isn't the, oh, did I put this on backwards? Color isn't the best, but it'll have to do. All right, so let me switch to the shard screen. All right, and actually, let's back up. All right, so I will move this. So here we have the world. My chair. I guess it's going to stay there. All right. So here we have the world and all of the shards. My arm is sticking out here. You have shard spawns in Asia, Australia, South America, North America, Europe is over here, I think. Yeah, so there's that. All right. Let's talk about the Europe shards. So 1 shard spawned here in Leeds, the UK. That one has moved. Now remember, they have to be linked to 2 2 level 4 portals to be able to get across. And again, it's cross faction, so it doesn't matter what color as long as the link is connected to another portal. So what agents are doing, if you're unfamiliar, is they're okay. I'm new at this. Bear with me. Okay, so they're linking portals down, and then this one actually went across the Atlantic Ocean, and we'll get back to that in a minute. So agents from the UK, Ireland, or I guess Southern UK and America have worked together to get this shard over to the US for that shard target. We also have a shard spawn here in Milan, Italy. No shards have scored at this target yet. And then over here in Bucharest, Romania, we have one shard that's kind of just been dancing around. It's kind of stuck there right now. We're not sure why. I guess agents are struggling to get that shard out of there. So that's the current situation in Europe. Now let's take you across the pond to the US. So we have this is the shard. This is the shard path from the UK portal. So you can see it actually was linked up here to Newfoundland and then came all the way down to Bermuda. From Bermuda, then all the way over to Florida. So you can see a lot of crazy operations happening. To get portals across the ocean is very difficult. So you have to move keys and everything. So that can be difficult. From there, it actually bounced over to Texas and then up into the is it Tulsa? Oklahoma City shard target up here. One of the first shards to spawn was actually spawned in Philadelphia up here. And then that one kind of meandered down the east coast of the US and then again over and up. Another shard spawned on, this one was on Friday, I think, down here in, was it Mexico City? Mexico City, that was the Dreamer shard. They brought it all the way up through Texas across the border and then kind of bounced it through Texas, Oklahoma, and that one scored. So there's actually 3 shards that have scored in Oklahoma City here. So congratulations to both factions on these epic efforts to get these shards, especially coming across the Atlantic, going down here. I know there's a lot of people like to have their blockers in these areas, so it can be difficult to work together with other agents and other factions. Let's move on to Asia. So we had one shard that spawned in Japan way up here. That one kind of worked its way down. It kind of bounced around Japan for a little bit and then made its way to here, all the way down to this island, all the way across to this island. It kind of did some island hopping. I wonder if this would be a fun cruise. I don't know anything about these islands, but maybe someone should call their travel agent. That would be kind of fun. Follow the path of a shard as your vacation. They kind of bounced around and then hit China and then is now in the target safely in Taiwan. On to South America. So this is where it's actually kind of cool. So this South American shard, actually, it went from Ecuador all the way one shot to Paraguay. This was just one link. It kind of bounced around in this general area up here, a couple portals near there. They one-shotted it, and that scored immediately. So that was pretty awesome by them. This one is actually a pretty epic journey, just like the Atlantic one. So this one spawned in Australia, and it kind of made its way, got across to New Zealand. Again, a lot of agents like their blockers here, here, here. So it can be difficult to work that out. And, kudos to all these agents, Resistance and Enlightened, that are willing to work on this. So they bounced it to New Zealand and actually went all the way one hop to Easter Island. You know, the island with all the heads? That's where that one was. And now it is currently, as of when I took this screenshot, I think it's in Peru, is that? Or Chile? Somewhere on the west coast of South America. And we don't know yet if it's going to try and make its way up or if it's going to try and make its way over, depending on the politics of the region and where they want these shards to go. So it makes for an interesting thing. So that's the Avenir Shards. Okay. Turn to my seat here. My tie's coming apart. All right. So that's the Avenir Shards. And then we got, let's see. Did I have more pictures? Let me double check if I had more pictures. Nope, that was just the shard map. I should really keep track of what I'm putting in all these picture things. So back to the shards. Again, there's 5 have scored. There's 2 left on the map that have not scored. There's the one in Bucharest, Romania. There's the one in Western South America that we don't know which way it's going to go. And then again, 6 more are going to spawn. So around this time, probably tomorrow, Tuesday, 3 more are going to spawn, and we don't know where. And then again on Friday, 3 more are going to spawn. So this is going to be interesting how this works out. And again, we only have until the 30th to figure this out. So 2 more shards, and we've essentially beaten this thing, and people will get their badge. All right, so that's the shards. Oh, and we actually have, I forgot about this. We have some pictures. So here is what a shard looks like on a shard portal. These pictures were emailed to me. Oh, shoot. Okay, I messed that up. So there, I had a picture of some agents. So sorry to them. I'll try and get that in the next round of video. So that's kind of what a shard looks like. And then on one of the news telegrams, I saw this video actually of what a shard looks like when it's coming and going. So you can see there, this is actually what it looked like during an anomaly. If you're playing the shard game during an anomaly in Prime, that's what the shards look like, and you can see them all flashing around. It's kind of a cool little thing. And I'm not sure if that was someone's voice nearby in their microphone as they're recording, but if you listen closely, if you're in Prime, remember the thing that Redacted always said when you're loading up the app, headphones recommended. So if you have your headphones in and your sound turned up, and again, the sounds are way cooler in Prime now. They finally fixed when you're spamming that XMP button, you don't hear that dang beep anymore, which is awesome. They really did a lot with the sounds in Prime. So definitely recommend headphones, especially in an anomaly. You already have headphones in because you're listening to your Zello channel. But check out Prime, and if you get close to a portal, you can actually, or if you try remote view right now while you're watching, you can hear voices coming from the portals. Both Resistance and Enlightened portals have voices coming from them. And depending on the level of the portal, that determines the volume level of the voices you hear. So if you have a level 1 portal, you're going to hear whispers and things. And then if you have a level 8 portal that you're looking at, you can actually hear sentences and things. And it's Ada and Jarvis saying various things about the Resistance and the Enlightened and all that kind of stuff. And it's kind of a cool little trick that they added in. So I wonder what it sounds like if you're in a farm of level 8 portals. Is it going to sound like you're hearing voices all over the place? I think that's kind of a cool thing. Just a little extra that they added. So another thing that I want to talk about that was brought to me by another agent is the shard spawn guessing contest. So I want to say congratulations to Cookie23. A winner is you. You guessed the last shard spawn portal, or you were the closest. So your guess was Broken Arrow Rose District, and you guessed that on September 11th. And your guess was 167 kilometers from the actual target, Beacon of Hope. And the Beacon of Hope portal is the one that's in Oklahoma City. So congratulations, Cookie23. you win recognition for getting your guest the closest. And the runners up were 342 kilometers, 421 kilometers, and 476 kilometers. Now, if you'd like to take your chance at guessing the next shard spawns for tomorrow, there is a link in the description to the form to guess, and also to the Telegram channel where they'll be broadcasting those sorts of things about this contest. So feel free. It's whoever wants to join, just make your guess to see which portal you think is going to be a shard spawn, and we'll see if you win. So check that out. Again, links in the description. Next thing I want to talk about is the Victoria Kureze live stream. That is going to be happening on Thursday, September 26th at 1700 UTC, which is 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific time. So again, 1700 UTC. This is another one of those broadcasts from one of the sensitives. Remember, they're in the box universe, and they're all trapped. Hank Johnson broadcasted with his friend in the last broadcast, and these are important to watch because if you remember from last time, they talked about the tessellation. That was the RPE board. I'm not going to call it that anymore. It's the tessellation is what Hank called it. It's that board with all those hexagons, and they want us to save media. So I've been saving media, and the people have gone to the field tests. Save your media because that's going to be important. I really think this is going to be a big deal in the future. We don't know anything about it, but maybe we'll see a couple more glimpses of the tessellation. So make sure to tune in to Victoria Kureze live stream. Again, Thursday, September 26th at 1700 UTC, and it's on the Ingress YouTube channel, so you can subscribe to them after you subscribe to me, and they'll alert you when when they see that. So yeah, these streams are going to be pretty important. So yeah, I'm really curious to see what they're going to do this time. There was one live stream a couple times ago. They had a couple of other. They've done Devra. They did Stein Lightman, who had also one of the other characters joined in at the same time. So it'll be kind of interesting to see. And what's interesting about this character is that in which universe are we? There's the 1218 universe, the one that Hank Johnson is from, the original Hank Johnson, the 1218 universe. Victor Kureze was a man who died because he had extreme exposure to XM when this happened, and then his body vanished when Epiphany Night happened. So way back when Ingress first started, Epiphany Night happened. This character, Victor Kureze, kind of a Victor Victoria kind of thing going on here. Victor Kureze died and his body disappeared, and we don't know what happened to it. And then now we have Victoria Kureze, and we shall see what happens with Victoria and what her plans are. So definitely tune in to that when that comes. Let's see. What have we got next? Oh, and I have a picture of Victoria. So that's Victoria Kureze. She is one of the badges in this round of anomalies, so pay attention to her. Yes, there's a story, and it's actually pretty interesting, and it's easy to follow, too. You can go back and watch the YouTube videos from the last round of anomalies. You can see Wendy and her story in one of the chambers. Now the sensitives are trapped in the box universe, and they're trying to get out, and they need us and the tessellation to get out or to help stop Nemesis. That's our goal, is to stop Nemesis. All right. Next up, anomalies. So the anomalies are coming up October 12th. A lot of you have tickets. Make sure you go in app is where you have to get your tickets now. So go into the menu, you can see the events, and you'll have to purchase a ticket for on-site. There's also a free ticket for on-site, but you don't get a badge. but your scores and stats will count. If you purchase a ticket between now and when was it? Okay, my tip for next time is take even better notes than I did before. If you buy an Anomaly ticket by October 9th, 5 p.m. UTC, you will get 2 promo codes for paid tickets for free. So if you buy a ticket with money for on-site, you get 2 free tickets to give to your friends. So get 2 friends and make a squad out of yourself for the Anomaly. And if you buy your tickets by October 9th, by 5 p.m. UTC, you'll get those 2 free codes, which is awesome. And then there's also the free badge that you won't get or the free ticket, you won't get a badge, but your score will count for the Anomaly. And then if you are a remote recharger or a remote intel person, or you're able to get the passcode, then, or one of the passcodes decoded, you pay for a ticket, then you'll get the badge for doing that. So that's one thing that's changed. You don't get the promo codes for off-site tickets. You only get the promo codes if you're going to the city. You can bring 2 friends for free, and they will get the badge ticket, the paid ticket as well. So if you don't have any friends, I mean, the Ingress community is pretty, I guess, big in certain cities, and there's meet some people in the chat there. Have fun with that. So let's see. Next topic, anomalies. Oh, we're still talking about anomalies. Okay, so anomaly cities. Let's go through the anomaly cities. We have Antwerp, Belgium, which I was just at last spring when I was visiting for the Amsterdam anomaly. Antwerp is a very awesome city, and I highly recommend if you're from the US or Asia or somewhere not in Europe, go to Antwerp. If you're from Europe, you're probably familiar with Antwerp anyway. So, but if you're not from Europe and you're not familiar with Antwerp, highly recommend going there. It's an awesome city. Their anomaly, all these anomalies are October 12th. Brooklyn, New York. That's another city going. East Coast US. It's one of the 2 American anomalies. We have Dresden, Germany. Another awesome city in Europe. Guadalajara, Mexico. Gothenburg, Sweden. Newcastle, New South Wales, Australia. Sabah, Malaysia. Sacramento, California, USA. Again, the East Coast or the West Coast US anomaly. And Taoyuan City, Taiwan. So those are your anomaly cities. If you're nearby or can make travel arrangements, October 12th is coming up quickly. So make sure you sign up with Niantic, sign up with your faction. Your faction mates will help assign you to a team. They can get you connected to all the things that are going on and the strategy and the hotels and the parties and everything that goes on with an anomaly. So highly, highly recommend going to Anomaly if you haven't. And finally, I want to talk about our Anomaly Broadcast. So we are doing a Sports Center style Anomaly Broadcast here in the studio on October 12th. So we will be doing for surely North American anomalies and or the 3, I guess, North America, South America anomalies. So tune in on that day and we will be broadcasting. We will have anomaly experts in the studio. We will also have reporters in the field to help interview agents, and it's going to be a great time. And I'll do I'll get a different color tie. I think that works better with a black shirt. I had a problem because I had a blue shirt, and for whatever reason, it was keying out on the green screen, so I had to switch to a black shirt. But we'll do the weatherman thing with the green screen. We have reporters in the field that are going to be running around interviewing people and watching what's going on. We'll have all the scores broadcasted live as they're being announced. We'll have the map, and it's just going to be it's such a cool thing. So I'm really excited for the Anomaly Broadcast. Make sure you subscribe, and you'll be notified on the next show. next week is actually the 30th, so I will have to check the timers. I think Redacted might be dead the next time we meet. I'm not quite sure. We'll have to see about that. Oh, and finally, our email and the phone line is up. Feel free to email me. If you have pictures from your shard ops, send them to me and I will post them if you have pictures that you want to broadcast out here. Also, leave a voicemail if you have commentary about anything going on. If you want to talk about your shard trips, if you want to talk about the anomalies, whatever you want to talk about, ingress wise, feel free to give me a voicemail and we can play it on the show. Again, down there is the email and the phone number. So, hope to hear and see you guys all next week after Redacted has died. I know it's a sad thing, but it's coming to an end, folks. It's about time. So get ready, and we will talk to you all soon.